Okay, so sometimes you're asked to find the zeros of a function, and sometimes we can do that algebraically, and sometimes that's challenging or impossible. So what we're going to do is show you how to do that with the tools that you have, both with TI-84 and with Desmos. So if you've seen the video on finding intersections of curves, it's going to look almost identical to that, except we're going to have one particular curve that we care about. So essentially we want to know when this function equals 0, or when is its y value, its output in the graph, equal to 0 for what values of the inputs. So this is what the question is asking. So what we do is we feed the calculator this function and then graph it, and then we'll find those places where it hits 0 by setting a second curve equal to the x-axis. So let's take a look. Come in here, we say, all right, our y1 that we care about is this function here. Remembering to use these keys to navigate out of these special environments you can go into, like with the exponent. Minus 6x plus 5. Okay, and so this will just graph the curve on its own. We can take a look at that. But for y2, what we're actually going to do here is say, well, I care about this output, but I care about when this output equals the 0 output. So I need that 0 output here. Then I can head to the graph, and it'll graph the first curve, and then it won't show you, but it's actually also graphing along the x-axis, so that now where this curve has crossed it, it's creating an intersection point. So here there's 3 of them, here, here, and here. I don't know exactly what these x values are, but we can use that intersect function to do it. So we'll say second calc intersect is 5. First curve, second curve is y2 equals 0, yes. I'll say which guess do you want to make, and we'll move to the leftmost intersection first. So then it tells you, all right, well, when the input equals 0 here on both curves, this one obviously always the case, and this one when it just crosses, it happens at x equals negative 0.207. And we can just repeat this process for the other two. Intersect. First curve, yes. Second curve, yes. And now we're going to actually have to be more decisive about where we put the cursor, because there's a few places where it happens. All right, this says this happens at x equals 0.72. And then just to finish it out, same thing. First curve, second curve, hover towards the point. And now we have our 3, what we call zeros of the function. X equals 3.34, x equals 0.72, and x equals, I forget the first one because we did 3. So, but this is the method which you do that on the TI-84. For Desmos, it's actually a little bit easier. So let's pull up the function. Okay, because here for Desmos, finding the zeros is automated. And so you can come in here and just click where you see them crossing the x-axis, or if for some reason you're up here, just navigating to the x-axis. Clicking on the curve itself will bring up these kind of key points. And the ones that we care about right now of these key points are the zeros. So when y is 0, this is the input value for that function. All right, so we're able to do that here on the TI-84 and verify it over here. And this obviously can be whatever function that is graphable or that you have interest in and can't do it algebraically.